All right, so good evening, everyone. Can you hear me? Is the microphone on? Yeah, also in the live stream. So good. Also, good evening, everyone watching from home or from the train. So we're very happy that you, like all of you, actually came at a Friday night to CDTM again. Yeah, we had also an event last night. Yeah, also, but I'm talking about a week ago. Anyways, this is Michi. My name is Philip. We have had a great pleasure to teach this Center Venture course, with the exception that it's rather very not so much teaching, but a lot of doing, and the doing is mainly from the student side. So I'm going to ask you, who of you is here because you're actually looking for an apartment? Okay, a few. Okay. So Who of you is here just to get entertained and see what happened in the past week? Okay. And who is honestly here only for the after party or mainly? All right. So we've been working hard to get all three of these done tonight. And Michi will share a little bit more information of what happened last week.
So what is the Center Venture about? We do the Center Venture once a year, and we bring together students from different disciplines and also from different years. So we have people with a business background, people with background in informatics, computer science, electrical engineering, and they all meet at Monday morning, 9 o'clock. We have a vision that is provided to them, and they work on an idea. They identify an idea, they fix an idea, and then work on this idea to make it happen by Friday, 6 o'clock. So this is where we are now. And what happens in between is done in a fast and agile, but for sure in an autonomous way. So as Philip mentioned, we are not doing much about it. We are asking some questions. We are trying to help where we can. Everything else is set up by the team, including this event, including the live stream, everything. Okay? And what are we here for tonight? So tonight we will see the idea that was worked out. We will see a prototype, and we'll also see a go-to-market strategy and a product vision that has been developed with that. Okay? We have one rule at the Center Venture, which is every day we meet at 9. And there's a second, more softer rule that we stay at least until 9 p.m. in the evening, which usually did not work out. So last night, the developers went home meant to the student lounge in their sleeping bags at 5:30. So that's from our side in the morning. I missed that. With that, I would like to hand over to the amazing Center Venture team so that they can present their vision and their product. Give a big hand for them.
Does it work? Yeah. Is this the first slide? Right, thank you. So, as you know, that each time around we have a theme, we have a vision to work with. And this time around, we decided that we would work with smart cities. But smart cities is a very broad topic. For some, smart cities mean e-mobility. For some, it means smarter cars, smarter grids, or electrical cars, or more inclusive cities, or more diverse cities, or use of more digital services in the cities. And that's all nice and good, but it is slow. It takes time. We wanted to make Munich smarter right now. Not in 2 years, not in 5 years, not in 10 years, right now. And what do we have right now? We have data, a lot of data, your data. You generate data when you use apps, when you go shopping, when you go traveling, when you use your car, when you pay your bills, basically everything, and sometimes even explicitly when it is collected through polls and questionnaires. And also when you use Facebook and Google. But what happens with all of that data is you don't get value from that. You help generate it, but you don't get value from that. And it just sits on the silos. And in case of Facebook and Google, Facebook gets all the value. In case of Google, Google gets all the value. You don't get the value, but you help generate that. So what do? It's still your data. We thought that we could have a lot of impact if we brought all of this data into one platform. All these diverse forms into one platform, into one place. And the only restriction actually we put on this data is that it has to have location. Because if it has location, then you can mix and match different data sets together and create value and create more applications out of it that you never even thought were possible. Now, how exactly did we go about doing that? Felix is going to explain that in detail.
Okay, so what does this come down to? Basically, we started off by looking at several sources of open and semi-open data that are available that we put together in what we call the Data Fusion Hub. Examples of this data could be the movement of people through the city. It could be the income differences in the several districts of Munich. It could be the parking spot availability in certain streets. And what we do with this is we aggregate it into an aggregate view to make it usable, directly applicable to several use cases. So with this, we went out and talked to companies in Munich. We talked to several startups. For example, Park Here, that's a Manage and More startup. We, I should move over. Yeah. We talked to Usely, that's a CDTM startup. And while we were talking to them, we found out that we can really create value for them with this aggregated data to their existing business models. But what's even more interesting is that we could identify new business opportunities for them with this platform and with the data fusion on this platform that they couldn't even tackle before, because obviously they need to focus on their core product and they don't have the resources to do this. Yes, so, but the vision we have is not that we go to existing companies and expand their businesses. The vision we have is that we inspire you and everyone else to come up with new ideas and directly implement them to really provide a valuable impact on this beautiful city that we live in. But we sat there and we said, okay, we want to build one of these products. So we sat down, we brainstormed, and we decided that we're going to tackle a problem that sounds probably very familiar to all of us here in this room, and that's the housing situation in Munich. More concrete, the student housing situation in Munich. So we hope this is the first of very many examples of the use of this this data fusion hub, and many more are to come. And now we're excited to show you what we built in the past 5 days.
Thank you, Felix. So this is a picture I took during my last flat visit last winter in Munich. And it's very obvious, right? Apartment searching is such a pain. And it is a pain for people like me who are facing high competition when we're looking for flats. But it's also a pain for people who are actually giving out their flats because they have so many emails that they can never read. It's a pain for both the people searching and the people who are offering. And also, for the people who are searching, you know, we're so desperate that we would just get any offer and we'll just accept any offer that we get. And for the people who are offering apartments, because they're reading so many emails, they can never understood or properly choose the person that they want to pick, and that will be their ideal match. The process is both time-consuming, and also you have a very high chance to get a roommate mismatch. But they are the people we want to live with. That's why we want to create a platform to solve this pain, to solve this problem. We want to have a platform that's so easy and that automate all your progress. So you can just easily find an apartment and you can easily find your Flatling. So that's why we call our platform Flatling. So how does Flatling actually works? So we have data and we get information from both the people who are looking and the people who are offering. We merge these data such as the requirements they have, their lifestyles, and also other informations and their preferences. And then we run them through our automated algorithm and make them smart. And in this way, we can just automatically help you to find your perfect future Flatling. So now let's take a look at our amazing product.
So thank you, Yingxi. I'm really excited to present you the results of this week of work. Here it is, Flatling. So we want to present two use cases to you today. The one is a person having an apartment and actually putting it up on the platform. And the other one is searching for this apartment and actually getting in touch with the person who owns it. We want to start with the first one. So here on the landing page, I might not be registered yet, and I can easily log in with Facebook to start up the process. Now, we chose this option because Facebook creates a layer of trust, since you have your friends network there and your friends of friends. And additionally, it's super convenient. Just one click of a button and you're in. Now, as part of the sign-up process, you have to fill out a little survey. Now, this is well invested time, because it might actually spare you going through hundreds and hundreds of emails later on, or like Yingxi did, waiting for, well, hours in front of an apartment. Now, let's have a look at what this survey looks like. Okay, I spent yesterday night, well, almost the whole night coding, so I'm definitely a night owl. And to be honest, if I'm not coding, I like to party day and night. So let me tell you, it really pays to be honest here, because you want to get the perfect flatmate. And cheating just doesn't pay. You don't know what other people are selecting there. And by being yourself, Flatling can and will find the perfect flatmate for you. So we are also cared about data security. So nobody will see the answers to the questions you enter here. But instead, we've developed an algorithm and we've field tested it to combine all these answers into one single number. A percentage score telling you how well you match with you and the other potential roommates. This is super convenient because it condenses all the information you need to know about living together into one single number. So no more skimming through hundreds of emails and reading the same copy and paste text over and over again. So this is our kitchen. It looks a lot cleaner than yesterday, so you can go with the best option here. Okay, so as last part of our survey, we have a personality questionnaire inspired by traditional personality tests from psychology, because we think personality is what really matters when you're living together. For the sake of this demo, we just skip through it. Okay, so now we're at our final use case. The sign-up process is completed. And we can now enter the address of our apartment we want to put up. And just as you click enter, you can see the map zooming in on the location. Let's add some basic facts like the price I want, the monthly rent I want, the room size. And how about you also put up some pictures so people know what they're getting into. Okay, and just like that, we've now created our first room offer here. Now I want to draw your attention to one particular element here that really differs it from Immobilien Scout 24 or WG Gesucht. Already now you get the recommendation who might actually fit or who might fit me as a flatmate. So Benedict has a pretty high score. We matched to 93%. So I should check out his profile, I guess. And well, pretty basic at the moment, but I can see he likes to cook with friends and he can't say no to a beer usually. So this sounds pretty awesome to me already. So I think I will poke him. This is a very easy feature, a one-click feature to get in touch with other people and telling them, hey, I have a room that might actually fit your needs. Because Flatling will not just recommend any person who match your personality and lifestyle habits to you. It only recommends people who have recently searched for an apartment which matches the criteria you put up there. So this is how we want to implement a one-click feature to bring really together the people who have a flat and the people who need it. But how does this look from Benedict's side? Let's have a look. Since he's already a registered user, he can just click on with the Facebook OAuth login, just one click, no password, really easy. And no questionnaire this time, I promise. So he gets a notification that something has happened. And in his message center, he can see that he received, well, that I poked him recently. He can check out my profile, where I can also see the room I put up there. Well, Apparently he's impressed by my profile picture, I guess. So he can check out the apartment, but, well, he might not know the area. So this is where the smart city part comes in. You might have missed it until now. So we have a map showing quite a lot of data sets, and due to a limit of time, there are only a few, but we have been working on a lot more than that. So for example, here you can see how expensive certain districts of Munich are. And dark red means that's one of the more expensive ones. So he also likes to party. And so he can select the bar option. And now this explains me why it is one of the more expensive ones. And, well, I think Benedict is also an enthusiastic free athlete. So he might like... That's probably because he liked the pictures from the playground so much. So he can also check out how many playgrounds are near his potential flat. Kein Problem. Okay, so Benedict might be already convinced, or maybe he will check out the map a little bit longer. But once he's convinced that I'm a potential flatmate for him, he can get in touch with me using the built-in messaging center. But, well, that's not the core feature of the product. Okay, so this has been Flatling. And I think with this, we can make it really easy to bring together people who need a flat with people who have one and match the personalities. And I think it's a convenient way, even in a city like Munich. Thank you.
Flatling is a solution that Flatling is a solution that guides you through the jungle of Munich's housing market and facilitates your flat search. Our service provides you or enables your search to be not only based on a filtering mechanism where you can put in your price, the room size, or furnishing, but it provides you with an overall benchmark of all the flats and applicants tailored to your requirements. By increasing the transparency and the comparability of the flats and applicants, we provide time savings, significant time savings for both parties in the market. And the true benefit of Flatlings is that it doesn't look only on hard facts. It looks on the component that truly matters for the decision where to live and with whom to live. Your individual personality and your desired lifestyle. Furthermore, because the decision should not be made anywhere else but inside of your comfort zone, we also provide you with measures for scam prevention, as well as provided reference of your Facebook friends to give you a circle of trust. How do we want to enter the market? In the beginning, we will focus on Munich. Munich is the second biggest university city in entire Germany, with over 130,000 students enrolled in 15 universities. This means that already in 2015 only, 12,000 student flats were posted online. After a proof of concept in Munich, we plan to expand Flatling to other big cities in Germany and eventually enroll to entire Europe. Of course, we also want to monetize on this big and attractive market, and we want to do so with a freemium model. In the beginning, the access to our platform is for free, as well as searching for a flat. However, we limit the possibilities to contact. With subscription to premium, we unlock messaging and also enable push notifications. Based on our market research and brokering 3 apartments ourselves the last weeks, we actually know that there exists a high willingness to pay for the service of Flatling. And with Flatling, we are certain that we offer a service that takes the burden from both parties in the market. We envision Flatling to not only bring efficiency to the market, but in particular enable our users to find the right match for their apartment. So he or she who's looking via Flatling will not only find a flatmate, but a Flatling, which we understand as a special someone that you share a common understanding about your comfort zone with, and who might potentially become a best friend forever. So, and the good news, the platform is online now, so check it out and you can become a Flatling yourself. Thank you. And now please the entire Center Venture team to the stage.
So obviously you can ask questions, right? Does anyone have a question? Yes.
Of kitchens?
So for the live stream people, the question was that how do we weigh our algorithm, because people might have different see things differently, or some of the criteria might be more important than other criteria, such as cleanness and things like that. And for our preliminary version, we just decided on what questions would be more important and what would be less important. And we actually did some tests among our centerlings and the team, and actually it was pretty accurate. In the future, of course, we're going to implement more sophisticated algorithms and even ask people to tell how important they think something is, and this is also in consideration. Thank you. Any more questions? Yes.
First of all, thanks a lot. I really like the lecture a lot. Great idea. My question is, how do you guys want to make sure that people are really honest in what they put out? You know? So I imagine myself being very desperate, looking for an apartment, and then obviously I don't go for I'm very untidy. I listen to loud music. You know? So how do you want to solve that problem? Okay.
So I will repeat the question first, and then some of us will answer it. So the question was that, how can we ensure that we're honest about all the questions we feel when we are so desperately, or some people are so desperately looking for apartments?
Yeah, thank you for your question. We think that there, of course, can also be offers for people who have a preference for not so super clean kitchens, on the one hand. And so it pays off to be honest. You don't know what the other peoples will answer. Of course, there are answers that might be more socially desired for, but in the end, you would also probably want to end up with somebody that you get along well, because otherwise you will be out in 3 months again looking for another apartment. Next question, yeah.
Still, if you're very desperate, you would like to have an apartment at least for the next 3 months.
Okay, so he basically asked the same question. So we didn't convince him, but imagine, like, I'm not a very tidy person, so I would pretty annoyed if I have a person in my, like, who's my roommate who wants to tidy up all the time, you know. So that's why I would prefer someone who has the same tidy or cleanliness level like me. That's why it paid out, to be honest. Did we convince you? Yeah.
No, I think it pays out.
Yeah.
But still, it's better, like, you live with someone you're not, like, you don't really fit with, than don't have an apartment.
Okay, last answer to that question, and then we move on due to limited time. But the person who offers a room also has to fill out a questionnaire, right? You don't know if they are tidy. If I offer my room and I don't like to live with somebody who has like a cleanest Fimmel, then I wouldn't indicate that the socially desired answers, right? I would indicate that I like my kitchen to look messy and that I don't like to share my food with them, because that's just what I want to live in an apartment with. Like, yeah, thank you. Another question. Okay. Thank you for your question. The question was if we match the same preferences with the same preferences, or how we match it, or if we do that, if there are people that would like to live with somebody that's different than they are. Well, we don't really want to like totally explain our algorithm now, because that would give away a lot of our things. But we based on psychological studies, there are studies that where the evidence is clear that people get along better if they are or if they hold different opinions and if they are similar. Thank you. Any other questions? Yes.
I have a question regarding the payment model.
Mm-hmm.
So in general, you want that the customers or the people that go on your platform quickly find a new flatmate or a new Flatling. And so why did you, and after they joined this new flat, they would never, or until they leave it again, would never use the platform again. So why did you propose a subscription-based model, which is like pushing people away that know I will use the platform? Okay, so for the live stream, the question was why we chose the subscription model. If we know that people are going to leave afterwards anyways if they find it. So we tried some surveys and thought of different models how to monetize this. And in the end, we figured out that actually people have a quite willingness to pay. So if we say, okay, you can find a really, really good matching flat rate through our website, and it's going to stay like this for several months. People have, the willingness to pay even more than 20 years that we said here. And we chose the 3 months because we also want to, give the people like the thought, okay, 3 months is enough time for them to find the flatmate, to really look at the offers, maybe not choose the first one that they see, which is also sort of an idea, and that they can also, which I think wasn't explained that much, once you have premium, also get the push-up notifications. So one example would be you want to move out sometime, but you're not exactly sure when, and you don't want to look actively. So you sign up, you fill out the personnel, and just say, okay, I'm looking for sort of this. And once somebody posts a flat that actually really matches you, you sort of get a notification and saying, okay, hey, don't you want to come back to Flatling? There are some really cool new flats that actually really match to you. And so I think we could actually keep those people coming back. And this is actually a target group that hasn't been targeted by any other website currently. So that's one answer to that. Thank you. Yeah, more questions.
How do you go on after 5 and 10 days?
Okay, so the question was how we go on after this, after these 5 days. So what we typically do at the Center Venture is that we take some breaks after this. So I think we're going to lay this low for a couple of weeks, also because I think probably Monday we're still very excited, everybody, about it. But we want to see in like 2 or 3, maybe a month, we check how many of us actually want to continue this. And then normally it goes out that we come together, we see who's still there, how do you want to continue this. So it's actually not really decided yet. Okay.
Like I've seen like a lot of offers which are just for example, 20 days or 1 month or 2 months. So how do you deal with this issue? Because most of the offers are for a short period of time. I mean, they're not for long term, or not for 1 year or 2 years. So for example, if I want to rent my room for 1 month or 20 days, I cannot use this platform. I mean, for 20 days, I don't have to pay like 20 euros.
So actually, thank you. So to repeat the question and to reflect my situation, I'm about to go to a semester abroad to Norway in January, and my flat is already on our platform for 6 months. So you can choose whether you want to sign up or you want to rent your platform for a long period or for a limited period of time. So if people are interested in a flat for 6 months or 3 months, anything like that, I think there are a lot of interns or students from abroad that have interest in such an offer. Then you also can sign up at our platform.
Can I ask you why you think that for 20 days somebody would not post it? Because our idea is that the person who's looking for a flat actually is always logged in. So if you are posting your house and I'm looking for a house, whether it's for 20 days or 5 days, the match immediately pops up and says, hey, this guy is offering a flat for 20 days. Do you want to have a look at it? So the platform should work even if it's for 20 days or 5 days or a year.
I saw you have a lot of information about the person, that you can match the person, that's a very good match, but is there also kind of, because I just know a company Gegesuch, there are a couple of pictures and then that's it. You also have a new approach to that.
Yeah, that is where, okay, so the question is this the view? Yeah. Okay, so the question was, are there any cool criteria to match? Thank you. Are there any cool criteria to match besides the personality match? So first of all, yes, the first cool criteria is the profile-based social matching, which is not done in any other platform. The other is, as you may have seen during the demo, that you can also see various parts and what other things are within that vicinity. So if those things are important to you, for example, travel time to a particular university or supermarkets or gym or something like this, we also have these data sets that you can use to make your search even more precise. So yeah, it's a social thing, and with that we have other services which make it even more, let's call it the search even more richer. Are we taking more? Okay, one more.
Very good question. The question was, how do we deal with apartments that are that have more than 2 people or more than 1 people currently living there? So right now we concentrate on 1, but of course, if we continue with that, we will tweak our algorithm that we can just take in all the personality scores from all the people living there. Thank you.
Thank you for your questions.
Thank you for all of your questions and your attention.
So thanks a lot. We have 2 more points to announce. One is one that you all know, the announcement of the apartment people. But before we come to that, I want to use that span of concentration that you might still have. So I don't know how many of you guys know about the CDTM, what we do. So the Center Venture was a really nice example of what we students do at the CDTM. And so basically CDTM is a additional study program for students of the universities of Munich or Bavaria. And we come together and do these kind of seminars or electives and courses together and work on real projects together. So if you're interested in learning more about the CDTM, we have several events where you can attend. There is the ladies event. It's a design thinking workshop. I can recommend it. It was really nice last time. It's where the ladies of the CDTM show you kind of methods that we use. Then we have the Inspire and Dine, which is coming up Tuesday in 2 weeks. It's a speaker series, kind of like a TED Talk event. We have 3 speakers coming. This time we will have Gabriel Matuszka. He's a venture capitalist. He will talk about artificial intelligence. We've got Nikolai Witt. He is the founder of Bragi. That's the smart headphones. It's like a Kickstarter project. It's really cool. And a third speaker that's going to be announced soon. We have info events at TUM and LMU. And maybe if you're interested, just take a picture of this slide or something, bookmark those events, and I'd happy to see some of you guys there. And now to the part that's interesting for you as well.
So, what's next? Okay, I'm going to announce the persons who get a visit to the apartment we offer, but hold on for a second because there's something else I want to tell you. Can I? Yeah. Yeah. So, as Josie already mentioned, Flatling is online now. So it's a beta version. So if you have any feedback, feel free to approach one of us. But one feature is already, or like some of the features you can already use. For example, you can now go online, fill in the questionnaire, and find out whether your friend or your neighbor is a perfect match of Flatling for you. Or maybe you can also find your perfect Flatling tonight at the after event downstairs. Okay, so as you already know, Flatling has 3 apartments. We offer them Christina's apartment, Michael's apartment, and Johannes' apartment. All of them are today here. So people who get invited also can get to know their maybe potential flatmate today. So we get over 150 applicants for these flats. And we use the algorithm we implemented on the website to find the top 10 perfect matches for each of these persons. And the top 10 are... Okay, so these persons are going to be invited to visit their homes and to get to know their potential Flatling. Thank you. And before everyone stands up, we want also to emphasize that we work 5 days on this project. We all students, but it was not just us, it was also the CAs. So Philip and Michael, please come to the stage. Okay. They were very supportive. They were there when we needed them, and they stayed almost as long as one of us stayed. So thank you very much for the support and for being there for us. Okay, so who wants beer? Okay, please, downstairs in the center, we have a little after party.